You got the job, you moved to Germany, you are sitting in your first sprint refinement meeting. And within 60 seconds, the whole room has switched to German. Nobody told you that would happen. You are a senior developer, IT specialist, DevOps engineer. You have solved systems that run at scale, but right now, you are just nodding and you have no idea what was just decided. That's not a talent problem. That's a gap nobody warned you about before you bought the plane. Today I'm going to show you exactly what's waiting inside the German tech companies, the real culture rules, the real communication traps, and what happens to your career if you don't close this gap fast. Stay with me. This one is going to save you years. Here's the thing most expats get wrong. They get hired at a tech company. The job posting said English speaking environment. The interview was in English, fine. Onboarding was in English, so they think I'm fine. They are not fine. According to a 2024 study by all chambers, industry, and commerce in Germany, 59% of German companies say the biggest challenge when hiring international talent is the lack of German language skills. And here's the number that should stop you cold. Roughly 97% of jobs in Germany assume at least some German. Even when the job posting doesn't mention it, the language requirement is invisible. It's assumed. What does it mean to practice it? It means your company might run stands up in English, but real decisions get made in Slack channels you can't follow fully because it's in German, or in the side conversation that happened the moment the call on the phone ends. One expert in Reddit described it exactly like this. At my first team launch, everyone switched to German in seconds, while I tried to follow and mostly failed. Why? Because you don't understand the German language. So that's not rudeness, that's the gap, and it follows you into every room. So, before I go further, if what I described is your current reality, I want to make sure you know there's a fast way out. We built a German tech masterclass for your job, a one-day intensive for expats, IT professionals like you, depending on your career, in Germany who are done waiting for the language. Just click. This is not a German course. No grammar drills, no behinds, bitsy textbook. It's the exact vocabulary, the exact scripts, and communication patterns you need for stand-up meetings, for performance review meetings, how to email your manager, and the promotion conversation that you can't even start. The seats are limited and the next cohort is filling out soon. So, cohort classes are smaller so we can deliver value. With one-on-one coaching built on this is not a seat you want to lose. The link to register is below this video. And if you're staying, good, because what comes next will show you exactly why this gap is costing you more than you think. The hierarchy you can't see. Here is something else nobody puts in the job offer. German tech companies, even the ones that write in their job description flat organization charts, blah 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 on the postal of the wall, still operate with a clear and respected hierarchy. Titles matter, like Herr and Frau, with surname are standard until you are explicitly invited to use first names. Getting this wrong isn't neutral, it registers. Decision makings flow from the top down, and decisions are backed by evidence. They are backed by facts, data, and logical reasoning, structured in advance. So if you come into a meeting and say, I think we should do it this way, without the structured rationale behind it, your idea will not gain traction, no matter how right you have. And here is the career implication nobody maps out for you. Only 18% of managers in Germany have an immigration background. According to the statistics figure in 2022, 18%. That number tells you everything about how hard it is to move into dealership when you don't understand the language and cultural fluency to be perceived as leadership material. So the ceiling is real. The skill to break through it is learnable, but nobody is handing them to you. But that is why we are here for you. So the invisible career cost, what it does. Let's talk numbers, because this isn't just about comfort, it's about money as well. German language skill can unlock 10 to 20% more salary potential. Why? By simply expanding the range of companies and roles available to you. Now, if you understand your professionalism, how to communicate well, not street German, not I want to buy something German, professional environment, tech German, it opens a lot of roles for you, and this your salary increase, there's no limit. Now, for example, for a senior developer in Germany earning 75,000 per year, the gap is 7,500 to 15,000 per year. So you can imagine every year, but the deeper cost isn't even in your current salary, what you are losing out on. It's in the promotion you don't get considered for because of your language. It's in the performance review where you can't fully articulate your value, when you can't communicate your skill set. It's in the sprint refinement when you are just nodding along and you think you are just doing your job. And a misunderstood requirement that broke 2 days of your work for your team. You have to understand, even research from Harvard Business Review shows that 75% of cross-border teams face communication challenges due to language differences. This is the number your German employer is thinking about when they look at you, even with all your skills, and think, are you ready for a senior or lead position? Can this person run a technical review in Germany? Can you do that? Ask yourself that question. Is your German good enough to run a technical review in German? Can you do a retrospective in German? Can you talk to a difficult stakeholder in German? Can you talk to a product owner in German? So, if the answer is no, that means someone else gets the position. What German do you need for your job? This is very important. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. You do not need perfect German to succeed in a German tech company. You need professional German for your specific job. And that is much smaller, far more learnable. It is a target you can achieve than most people think. It means knowing how to open a stand-up meeting, how to write a startup update, how to send a mail to your team leader without sounding like a junior, how to ask for clarification in a meeting without losing authority, how to respond to direct feedback without going silent, and much more. Another thing is how to frame your technical decisions in a way that it lands inside the German team. Those phrases, those communications, those patterns, and the vocabulary that can be learned, this you can do in weeks and not years. And the experts who learns them, they don't just survive in German tech companies. They get promoted and they get to negotiate for leadership positions. So, if this video gave you clarity, here's one action to do today. I want you to join me for the masterclass, the German Tech for Your Job masterclass. It's a 1-day intensive class built around the exact situation I've walked you through. You will leave with a personal vocabulary bank built for your role. Real situation scripts for moments that can cost you. You understand how to talk, how to communicate professionally in a German tech environment, and of course, a community of expat tech professionals in Germany who are breaking through the same ceiling you are under right now. So this is not just an open enrollment course. The seats are limited by design, so we can give value. The format of our cohort is very small, and you can also get one-on-one attention when there is need and you really want a one-on-one cohort session. So when the cohort session is filled up, it closes. The link is in the description, so go and register. Do not let the language barrier decide your job, promotion, or your salary. I'll see you inside the masterclass. So bye.